Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the best-selling video games ever. Most people love GTA 5's story mode. GTA Story Mode is one of the best storytelling experiences in gaming, but even it has its fair share of boring and irritating missions. So in this video, I will go over 10 of the most boring and irritating missions, and I will be ranking them. Father, Son. The first mission on our list is Father, Son. Franklin goes over to Michael's house for a drink, expecting to just hang out for a bit. But things quickly go sideways when Michael gets a call about Jimmy, who's managed to get himself into trouble with his dad's boat. Michael and Franklin head out to get the boat back, turning what was supposed to be a simple drink into a whole mess. Eventually, Michael saves both Franklin and his son Jimmy, but unfortunately, he couldn't get his boat back. The funniest thing about this mission is when Michael repeatedly says, "My boat."
My boat. It's just a thing. My boat.
My honest overall rating is a 5.5 out of 10. It isn't too bad, but it can get annoying to replay every time you replay story mode. The long stretch. For number 9 on this list, we have the long stretch. Franklin gets a visit from Lamar, in which Lamar also brought Stretch, who just got out of prison, to meet up. The three head to a deal that obviously doesn't go to plan. The deal was a setup in which they kill D, one of the Ballas gang member who set them up. This leads to the three getting caught up in a massive shootout with the Ballas. The mission isn't too bad, but it's definitely one of those missions where the second you finish, you say, "Thank God that's over." My overall rating is a 6 out of 10. The mission isn't a bad mission. The shootout is actually pretty fun, but the mission starts to feel repetitive, which I know every mission is, but this one just gets boring after some time replaying. Derailed. At number 8 we have Derailed. Michael and Trevor head out to intercept the train, because Trevor plans to steal something from it. During this mission, Trevor gets on a motorcycle and jumps on the train. He takes over the train, and he causes 2 trains to collide, causing containers to fall into the water and stuff for Michael to search through them for the package Trevor wants. Of course, people show up, in which Trevor has to take them out. Michael finally finds the thing they're looking for, and the two drive away in a boat, which people follow them in boats and buzzers. Trevor defends them to protect the cargo. The mission is okay. The only fun parts is jumping on, driving, and crashing the train. Other than that, the mission is kind of boring. My overall rating is a 6.5 out of 10. It isn't the worst mission, but it's definitely not a mission I want to play every time I replay story mode. The Bureau Raid. At number 7, we have the Bureau Raid. Basically, the big plan is to break into the FIB building and steal the files they need. Michael, Franklin, and the crew have to pull off a pretty complicated plan just to get inside. The interesting part is, they don't just walk in the building with guns. Nope, Michael and the crew disguise themselves as firefighters, giving them a way to get inside the building without immediately getting caught. Once inside, Michael and Franklin have to make their way through the building and find the room, which contains files. Of course, things don't stay quiet for very long. After they get what they came for, the whole building turns into chaos. The FIB has now realized what's happening, and now Michael and Franklin have to fight their way out. The shootout with the FIB is one of the fun parts. It makes the mission feel more intense. After all of the chaos, the crew leaves in a fire truck and escapes police. Unlike the other missions on this list, the Bureau Raid doesn't even really feel boring. There's a good mix of chaos, shootouts, stealth, etc. The only problem might be how long the mission takes, which then makes you think to yourself, when is this gonna end? My overall rating is a 8.5 out of 10. The Bureau Raid is one of the better missions in GTA 5. The only problem is how long the mission takes, but at least it doesn't feel like a chore when playing. The Wrap-Up. At number 6, we have the Wrap-Up. Michael meets Dave at the court center, but things quickly take a turn when both the FIB and IAA show up. Michael finds himself caught in the middle of a massive shootout. The FIB is after him, the IAA is involved, and Michael has to fight his way through the chaos. The mission really starts to get crazy when Michael has to make his way through the court center while taking out agents and enemies come from practically everywhere. Just when things couldn't get crazier, Trevor shows up. And of course, Trevor being Trevor, he immediately makes the situation even more chaotic. After all of that happens, Michael and Trevor manage to get out of the area. This mission also sets up some pretty important stuff for the story though. My overall rating is a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty fun, but the shootout can get repetitive, but the story and the amount of chaos around you makes it fun. Mini-sub. At number 5, we have Mini-sub. This mission is a part of Trevor's plan to steal some valuable cargo, and the first step is getting the submarine ready. Trevor has to get the mini-sub off the ship and into the water, but once it's in the water, it takes 6 business days to drive the thing to the destination. Like damn bruh, I ain't trying to drive a slow mini-sub in the water for that long. This is just irritating and just boring. What makes this worse is we have to go through all of this crap just to set up the heist. We did all of that just for Trevor to have to get rid of the cargo. So after spending all that time doing the setups, you don't even get paid. Basically doing all that work for nothing. My overall rating, 4.5 out of 10. Slow mission, and after completing all setups for the big mission, you don't even get rewarded anything. Scouting the port. At number 4 on our list, we have scouting the port. Trevor, Wade, and Floyd head to the port to scout out the location for a Merryweather heist. This mission is basically Trevor doing a bunch of work, which takes over 30 minutes to complete the whole mission. It's so irritating how slow and boring this mission is. On top of that, the Merryweather heist, you don't even get awarded for it. My overall rating is 5.5 out of 10. The mission is so unnecessarily long. The mission feels like a chore, and it's so boring. The Merryweather heist. At number 3, we have the Merryweather heist. After lots of planning and preparation, Trevor, Michael, and Franklin are finally ready to steal the cargo they've been working toward. Once the Merryweather shows up, things quickly turn into a shootout, Trevor and Michael dealing with heavily armed enemies. The worst part is, after all of those setups and pulling off this heist, you'd expect the crew to get a massive paycheck off of this heist, but they don't. After going through all that painful and long but slow process, Trevor finds out that they can't keep the cargo, so all the planning, scouting, and preparation ends in the crew earning absolutely nothing. This just pisses me off, knowing we did all of that just to earn nothing. My overall rating is a 3.5 out of 10. I don't even want to talk about it. All the time we wasted just to get nothing? By the book. At number 2 on the list, we have By the Book. Trevor gets involved with the FIB when Steve Haynes needs information from a suspected terrorist, and Trevor is brought in to help get in. Trevor and Dave take Mr. K to a location where they can question him. And this isn't just a normal interrogation, especially with Trevor. The mission can feel slow because this mission doesn't really have a lot of traditional GTA gameplay. You're mostly following instructions and switching between Michael and Trevor while the investigation plays out. Michael is sent to find the person they're looking for. So while Trevor is dealing with Mr. K, Michael is searching through the city, trying to identify the target. It's not necessarily a difficult mission, but it's definitely one of those missions where you're just ready for it to be over. My overall rating is a 5 out of 10. It's okay, I guess. It's more a uncomfortable and boring mission than a fun one. Did somebody say yoga? And last but not least, number 1. Did somebody say yoga? This mission starts off with Michael coming home to find Amanda doing yoga with her instructor, Fabian. And somehow this turns into one of the weirdest missions in the game. Michael decides to join them, and now you're doing yoga instead of a, actual GTA mission, I guess? Anyways, this is where the mission gets frustrating. You have to follow a bunch of yoga movements and hold the controls, etc., etc. After all of that, Michael's day just gets worse. Fabian is getting touchy and weird with his wife, who doesn't even care. And after an argument, Michael asks Jimmy to get out of the house. The mission leads to Jimmy giving his dad drugs, and things get out of control. His family leaves, Jimmy takes his car and money, and Michael's life is now a living hell. This mission is definitely memorable, but memorable doesn't always mean good. The yoga section feels like a chore, and the whole mission is just Michael losing his family and his life falling apart. My overall rating is a 5.5 out of 10. What are some more missions you guys think are annoying and irritating? Drop a comment below and let me know. Also, if you want, I will not force you. If you want to like and subscribe, go ahead. This is Mr. Tyso. Now, see you guys next time. Bye.